Josh, we got to do something daily stupid. Do something silly right now. I started recording.
Oh, boy!
What?
We're still here.
So dumb.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the Season is Over podcast, where 3 dumbasses talk about things that they like. I'm here with the usual, Mark and Josh.
What's going on?
What cool info do we want to tell them about ourselves this week? What's our favorite food? Let's go there.
My favorite color is green.
Quesadilla is my favorite.
Okay,
My
that's
favorite?
a unique favorite.
I like steak. I like meat.
Yeah, he likes meat, guys. You heard that.
Yeah. He fucking
He
loves
likes
it.
meat.
Pork. I like empanadas. I like tacos.
Heavy on the meat.
Heavy on the meat, though. If you don't got meat, you don't want it. I like mac and cheese. I'm a simple guy. Kraft macaroni.
We got breaking news.
Whoa,
The San Francisco
guys!
Giants.
You gotta get more excited if it's breaking news, man. You gotta get more
The San
excited. Get more
Francisco
hype.
Giants sign Harrison Bader to a 2-year, $20.5 million deal. He is coming off of his best season, hitting 277, which is very solid. He was very, very good defensively. And I think this is a huge move for the Giants because while they are also looking for pitching, I saw Nick Martinez, a couple other guys they're looking at getting. They were 81-81 last year. That is huge as they try to make that push to the playoffs in a really tough division with the Giants, with the Padres, with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks all being very competitive. This is huge. Very solid signing.
Yeah. I mean, how much money was it? Did you touch on that?
I did. $20.5 million.
That is probably one of the cheapest contracts in baseball you will see nowadays. Only what is that? Only 10 digits?
10 mil a year.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, that's extremely cheap for baseball.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
baseball
But
season.
that money is life changing for people like me.
Yeah, broke
All
people.
3 of us.
Yeah, we're broke people. But yeah, no, this upcoming season is gonna be my first watching baseball in years, so I'm excited. But hey, that hasn't started yet. And what did start or actually ended is 2 teams this season. Get it? Podcast name. I think we could go right into the conference championship. I think that's probably the biggest story of
Biggest
the
talk
week.
of the weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, before we do that, there is
Yeah.
one thing that's bigger than making it to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Shout out Shador Sanders
Oh,
making
my
a Pro
God.
Bowl.
Oh my god.
Well, you know what? I guess we could
Ah,
talk about
What
that
a-
first.
What a money grab, right?
I mean,
has to be.
how do you?
Has to.
I don't. At some point, you gotta just start telling. NFL's got to start telling players like you cannot say no to the Pro Bowl. You have to play in it.
If
Or at
you
least
if
give
you
them a
get
reason
selected,
to.
You gotta play in it. It's not like it's
Unless you're like
full
hurt.
contact. They're doing flag football now. Like
If you get
Yeah,
selected and
those
you're not
challenges
in the
were really
playoffs,
and
really
and
cool.
then there's skill challenges. Like what you don't want.
Those are super cool.
Which are super cool. Yeah.
I'm just like, what did Shador do to make the Pro Bowl? I like Shador. I hope he
What
wins,
hasn't
but
he
he's
done?
not.
Facts, he is
Or
Deion
what hasn't he
Sanders'
done? I
son.
could name a couple things.
He's pretty much the best quarterback in the league already.
Best
I like
Brown
I mean,
ever.
Second best quarterback ever. Because, Deion was the second best corner ever. So his son may as well
Deion
just be the second best quarterback.
Dion is the best corner.
But like, okay, this is literally
doing this
but
today.
It's like at
Dion is better than Darrell Revis.
At
No,
what point-
No.
do you not just bite the bullet and be like, oh, like quarterback said no. How about we just not have like 3 quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl? Like, at what point is it to where it's just not worth it and it makes everyone else there look like a joke?
I'll say it works because we're talking about it.
Yeah, but not positively though. And it's like Shedeur Sanders being in the Pro Bowl, sure, might make a little more people watch it, but it's like it just diminishes
the
being
Browns fan.
It'll
selected
be
to
fun.
the Pro Bowl.
It'll be fun.
Don't get me wrong. I
And
think
plus,
being on
Myles
the
Garrett
initial
was worth 2 Pro Bowls this year, so why not give it to Shedeur?
True. I mean, look, I
Might as well give him a fucking ring when
I think being
when the
selected to
Patriots
the
win,
Pro
too.
Bowl is important. I do. But being a reserve is not important. And I don't think you have I don't think you could be labeled a Pro Bowler if you're a reserve. And
All right, real talk.
I don't mind Shedeur playing in the Pro Bowl games. I really don't. It's just the fact that he's labeled as a Pro Bowler now, when he really
that will be on
wasn't
his
a Pro
career
Bowl
forever.
caliber quarterback.
Right.
Same with Snoop Huntley.
Real talk,
Same with
we're
Mac
telling-
Jones.
There was only one starter in my eyes who did not deserve it over Shedeur in the AFC, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, well,
But like
you
literally
have to wrap
anybody,
that into it.
in my opinion, Trevor Lawrence probably should have gotten it. Maybe he declined
he
it.
definitely.
But if a
declined
rookie
it.
deserved it,
He's an MVP finalist.
why not give it to Cam Ward?
He probably
Any other guy deserves
Cam Ward.
it.
Hold
You
on,
could say
Cam Ward.
Burrow,
Cam Ward had a season-ending
Jackson.
injury.
even
He-
CJ Stroud.
No,
You're right. Cam Ward did have the injury. Even CJ Stroud has a stronger case than
yeah,
Shedeur
I
Sanders, because
don't know
CJ Stroud
about
was
that.
not horrible throughout the whole season.
I don't think he'd want to.
He was
after
just
the
not very
fucking
good in the
game he had.
playoffs. And you know what? That season for the Texans, while it ended terribly, was not a terrible season.
Yeah, I mean, again, I could name you. Does Shedeur even deserve it over Dylan Gabriel? I'd say yes. I think he was the best quarterback on the roster. But
Yeah, he had a better season.
Joe Flacco could have gotten it too.
I think
No, he
Joe
also played
Flacco
better.
on the Bengals could have gotten in. Like, if we're talking about backup quarterbacks coming to play, I mean, again, it's I hate that players that aren't Pro Bowl caliber are getting labeled as Pro Bowlers. It just diminishes making an actual Pro Bowl, which used to be a really big deal. And
That
I
is
don't know
why-
what the league could do about it. Maybe pay players bonuses or something. I don't.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I mean, yeah, but clearly not enough for them
but
to actually
this is
play in
why-
the game.
Just like when Tyler Huntley made it a few years ago, this is why we can't use Pro Bowls when we're comparing resumes. Of
I
players.
think you can if they're not a reserve. If they were voted to the Pro Bowl, like first and foremost, like they were initially voted, I think you can. Like, no one's gonna sit here and say Josh Allen didn't deserve a Pro Bowl or Justin Herbert didn't deserve a Pro Bowl this year, right?
They made it respectably.
Exactly. I think there are some cases where, like, I'm gonna be real. I'm not a Travis Kelce hater like some people are, but he didn't deserve to make the Pro Bowl this year. He just didn't.
Who deserved to make it over him?
Warren on the Colts.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, he had a great year. I mean, him. You could name
Harold
Hunter
Fannin.
Henry. Harold Fannin. Hunter
I'm
Henry.
taking Harold Fannin over in Cleveland.
There's a couple tight ends that you could probably pick over a guy who hasn't been super good in this year. Again, Travis Kelce, one of the best of all time, but again, but at the same time, it's like I feel like, sure, Josh Allen made a Pro Bowl this year. That should go on his resume. He deserved to. Same with Drake May. And same with all the other players that made it legit this year, you know. Sure, there were some decisions that I didn't agree with. But, you know, that's going to be, you know, all-star selections. That happens with every sport. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you know, Snoop Huntley, he's a Pro Bowler in my eyes. It's like, he's not. Like, is he a player that changes a team? No, he was a player with a similar skill set to Lamar Jackson that fit in their system quite nicely, and it worked.
I don't think it worked. To be
It
honest,
worked
the
a
Ravens weren't
little. I
very
mean, they made the
good.
playoffs still.
They made the playoffs because of their start. They were really bad when Huntley was in.
I mean, yeah, but he did good enough to keep them
Not
in the
really,
race.
because they
I mean,
lost
apparently he
almost
did because he's
every
a Pro
game.
Bowler.
No. See, okay. So Shador did good enough to make the Pro Bowl.
No, I'm not saying that. Well, what point is what I'm saying is Huntley. It comes down to where like at least half of the AFC quarterbacks had to deny it, right? Like Josh Allen. I don't know if he's playing or not, but he was one of the initial selected. Probably denied it. Let's see who else. Jets. Yeah, no, there's nobody on that team making a Pro Bowl. Sorry, Mark. May's in the Super Bowl, which we'll
Sorry,
talk
Mark,
about.
I'm not a Jets fan. Actually,
Tua,
Embu.
probably, I would put Shedeur over Tua. I'm not going to go team by team, but you get my point. It's like they either had to get voted out, injury, because, again, a lot of quarterbacks did get hurt this year. So that is one thing to remember as well. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ranting on too long, so I'll let one of you guys take it from here.
I mean,
So-
Embu on the Jets, I could have seen.
Is
He had
Membu
a
not
strong
on
year.
it? I'm sure he will be. A
No, I'm just saying
reserve.
he had a.
Yeah, the Jets. I'm pretty sure didn't even have a Pro Bowler.
I don't think they did.
They didn't.
Neither did the Giants, though. I don't think so.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did. Who they have?
Burns.
Oh, Burns. I'm so stupid. I forgot about that
What a
whole
dog.
defense. There was another team that didn't have any.
I don't know if
Is it
Lawrence got
Tennessee?
one this
I
year.
feel like
No,
Tennessee
Tennessee
did.
did. Shamiri DK.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Jacksonville.
Nah.
I don't think any of them made the Pro Bowl, which is weird because they were one of the best teams in the league. But I don't think any of them made it. I know Lawrence didn't make it, which he should have because he's an MVP finalist. Which, I mean, do you guys want to touch on that?
There
The
was
MVP
3
finalist?
teams that did have no Pro Bowlers. The Vikings, the Saints, and the Jets.
Huh. Vikings, Saints. 9 didn't get nobody in the Pro Bowl. Dang, what a shame.
Oh. Well, 9 was cooking at the end
Chuck
of the year.
is a future. He was not cooking. He was treading water. All right.
No,
He was using the
He
microwave,
pulled it
alright.
together those last few weeks.
Oh yeah, you're right. He learned how to use the
He
air
was
fryer.
putting it
He learned
together.
how to use the air fryer. Okay, congrats.
And just wait, Justin Jefferson's better. Justin
Request
Jefferson
trade.
and him were gonna grow that chemistry. And Jordan Addison was a dog.
Yeah, no, Vikings are a good team. They just need if they have
Kevin
decent
O'Connell knows what
quarterback
he's
play.
doing.
So, championship weekend just wrapped up. Let's talk about the first game, AFC Championship.
Thank you.
Jared Stidham going up against Drake May. Ugly game, but Patriots squeeze one out. And yeah, I mean, ugly game, but
Ugly game. A lot of missed field goals. A lot of missed opportunities. Broncos should have kicked that field goal instead of going for it. But what are you gonna do? You gotta live by the decisions you make. Lions do every year. That's why they didn't make the playoffs.
sure.
But Patriots are headed to the Super Bowl for the first time since Tom Brady.
And so long, man. It's been so long. Poor Patriots fans, man.
And there's a lot on the line for the Patriots.
Wah.
If they win it all this year, they
They-
become the franchise with the most Super Bowl rings.
And it would be their first without Tom Brady as well.
And the first of many of Drake May's career.
Yep. AFC East got a new host. And I mean, not to touch on this factoid here, I gotta let Josh's misery simmer in. Patriots were won, I think, 3 more Super Bowls or 2 more. Were one of the worst teams in the league, drafted 2 first-round quarterbacks, and now we're back in the Super Bowl before the Jets made the playoffs again. Josh, How you feeling? How you feeling about the game?
All right. All right. The shot wasn't needed.
It was needed. It was.
But that game went exactly how I expected it to go for Denver.
Mhm.
Like, the offense was very minimal. They had one drive where they looked really good. Other than that, it really just didn't amount to much. But that defense is elite. And if Bo Nix can come back next year, I see them being another Super Bowl contender
Oh yeah,
again.
as long as Sean Payton's there, I think this
They
team's
just they
solid.
need to keep that team together. That team was very well coached. They know how to squeeze out games. They held Drake May to 86 yards of passing, which is insane because he was one of the MVP candidates this season throughout the whole year, really.
Yeah.
What impressed me from him in this game is it wasn't about his stats. He didn't play for his stats, and that's awesome. I love when quarterbacks play to
He
win the
did what he
game.
needed to do to
What he
win, and
did,
nothing.
he when there was nothing there, he wouldn't try to force a throw. He's very smart, I will say.
Yeah.
And when he got drafted, I was mad. I wanted Washington to draft him, but they were
Eh,
like, "Let's draft Jaden Daniels," and then they drafted
I mean,
Jaden
he looks pretty good
Daniels.
too. So
Uh, but he's not Drake May. But he was able to run the ball really well.
yeah.
During the game, the announcers were talking about how he's one of the best at running the ball up the middle, scrambling, finding the holes in the pocket, and being able
Mhm.
to go. That O line was a bit of a concern, but he was their best rusher on the day. There was not much rushing in that game. There wasn't
I
any
mean, yeah.
passing in that game. And at the end of the game, the Pats came away with a huge interception to seal the deal for New England.
I, f- I think.
And
Oh no,
throughout the
sorry.
playoffs, that seems to be the case for New England, right?
Their
Like the
defense.
defense, it kind of reminds me of the 2021 Bengals, where
Okay.
the defense has been really awesome and pretty much unstoppable, and they were able to carry the offense to the
I
Super Bowl. And also,
I disagree
two
with that
there was
wholeheartedly.
four kicks missed between the two teams.
In all fairness, the weather was horrible. But
In the
yeah,
fourth.
In the second half,
in the second half,
the
well,
weather
yeah,
was horrible.
yeah.
The first half, the weather was fine. It's thin wind, so I get
I
that.
think
But
there was
some kicks
truly
were just shanked.
okay. Well, the two kicks in the first half, one of them was a 63-yarder in very windy conditions.
Right.
I'm willing to
But
overlook that.
also,
The Will Lutz miss, I'm not. That one, I'm
yeah,
not
but
willing
there
to
was just
overlook.
kicks that were shanked in that game. It
The one,
happens.
yeah,
It does.
it does, and you can't do that in playoff football. For me, I come away with this game as I come away from that game thinking if Bo Nix is there, Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. I
I
I think
I could
Patriots
agree with that.
offense
I
were
can get behind you with
pedestrian. I
that.
mean, I guess the Broncos played one of the best defensive games they played all year, but it's not like you're gonna have it's not gonna be like, well, that was just the Broncos. We'll be fine next week. It's not you're not having a much easier time next week. If anything, you'll have a harder time realistically. I mean, there's a true debate going on if Seattle's defense is the best in the league, which we can get into when we talk about Seattle. But my point is, I mean, this team, I mean, they have had a pretty, I wouldn't say easy run. Anytime you face three top five defenses in the NFL playoffs and beat them,
They
that's
had
good.
an easy road to make the playoffs,
Yeah, but you can't
but they're
control who's in front of you, you know?
but you can't, and they're proving everyone why they made the playoffs.
But I
To
don't
beat
think
three
this
top
team
five
is, yeah.
defenses, I mean, yeah, their offenses haven't been lighting up the field how they have been in the regular
All the
season, the
offenses
Patriots, but
have been
but
putrid.
they
Yeah.
Chargers come into New England, they only allow 3 points. They got after Herbert, got
All
away with the
game.
win 16-3. Then they go over to Houston and they made CJ Stroud look like Justin Fields
I mean, so did the
was
Pittsburgh
elite. You know what I'm
Steelers, though.
saying?
That's the thing.
and and then they got away with the win 28-16 because they forced, what was it, 5 turnovers or 7, 6 turnovers, whatever it was. Then they go to Denver facing a backup quarterback, but still an elite defense. They get away with the win. I do agree if Bo Nix was there, I think we're
I
looking at a Denver-Seattle
I agree.
Super Bowl
Bo
because
Nix does not
I
get the respect he deserves either
Oh,
as a
absolutely not.
quarterback.
Bo
That game
Nix had a
showed me.
phenomenal year, and I think they put up more than 7 points.
I
But
think they put yeah, for
you
sure.
can't live in the world of what ifs. Injuries
Exactly.
happen, and
Next man up.
I mean,
next man up was Stidham. He didn't get the job done, even though he did make some nice throws. Mims downfield and a
that's
couple of
another
other ones.
thing
But
that what drove me crazy with that game. The play calling. They went up like the deep pass game was working, and they just stopped doing it. I don't know why. Maybe
Because
the
the
weather,
offensive line was
but
getting to them. The defensive line was getting to him.
I mean, yeah, but you're not. That's the only drive that amounted to anything all day.
Right, but
It's like
the receivers can't get deep if the quarterback can't really.
then call Pat, but
they don't have time.
the
Yeah.
problem was they're calling like flat routes and passes behind the line of scrimmage.
He's a backup quarterback at the end of the day.
But it's
And
the
they did
NAFC
try.
championship.
They
at the end
did
of the
try.
day. It's just like the play calling a little bit. I get why. It's just I don't. You got to take a little more shots than that. I think. And I mean, when they did, he threw the exact same pass as Carson Beck did. It felt like, and costed the game. But it literally was if the same pass to the opposite side of the field.
There's a reason Stidham has been on and off
Yeah.
many of teams throughout his career.
I will say what Josh said kind of rings in my mind going into Super Bowl weekend. Drake May hasn't really had to do much in these playoffs. He's not really played that good in the playoffs. And the offenses they've been playing, sure, they're playing top 5 defenses, but they've only had to put up
kick it up a notch in the regular season.
They've only had to put up 10 points each game. Like the offenses they've been playing are putrid.
I mean, the best game he had was against
Houston.
Was against Houston, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if he could live up to that again.
And that was a really good run game towards the end, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, they fed the bats at the end just to run the clock out.
Yeah.
So they didn't embarrass Houston any more than they already did. But
and the run game started to get going a little bit during the early fourth, late third quarter, but it kind of fell off again. And my brain just goes to, like, you need to play perfect football against Seattle. I mean, you can't lollygag on offense because Seattle's offense, unlike the other offenses they have faced this postseason, they will come at you. So, I don't know. It'll be exciting. But I feel like that's a good transition to the next game. The amazing, phenomenal game that I had such a great time watching. Seattle.
No, he's
beating LA.
He is lying to
you
guys.
I had a horrible time, man.
That motherfucker was shitting bricks.
Shitting bricks, but we got it done, man. The fact
he was so nervous.
The fact that Reek Woolen even continued to play and didn't get benched is just crazy, but
he's the best player on your team.
He's not. Fuck no. Not even close.
He's literally Josh, right?
Wasn't he almost Rookie of the Year?
He was almost Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, you know what I say. Almost only counts.
Who did he lose to again?
Hand grenades.
He lost to Sauce, I think.
Sauce Gardner.
Josh just wanted you to say Jet.
Yeah. That's when the Jets got the 2 Rookie of the Year awards, and then lost one of them.
Traded him away.
Anyway, Rams played a fucking, I think, perfect game. I really do, and it's just Seattle's just a better team, I think. And okay, I'm gonna be unbiased as possible here. I'm gonna talk about this team as if it was like 2 teams I don't care about. I think the Rams. This was a case of we talked about this every week on the podcast. I feel like the number 1 scoring offense versus the number 1 scoring defense going at it for the 3rd time in the year, and defense was not a factor in this game. It really wasn't. Every team was scoring like crazy. It really came down to I think it just came down to the team.
You know what it came down to? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
It
good. Cut me off.
it came down to special teams.
Which has plagued the Rams all year, by the way.
It it came down to special team plays, and when that guy muffed or fumbled
Xavier
the
Smith,
punt
I think his
return,
name
Xavier
was.
Smith.
Yeah.
and that changed the game.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely.
And the Seahawks have played such good special team football this year. You know, Rashid Shaheed on the returns, just making big plays on defensive special teams.
Even the stop
And
teams.
and if that fumble doesn't happen, the Rams could have possibly drove down the field
I mean, I still think
and scored, and then that game's different.
I think they possibly win the game if that doesn't happen, and I also think there's a world where
Very possible.
they can still win the game when that happened. I mean, they were, I think, leading after that. They had shots.
We're at the
That's
5-yard line.
They got bailed out multiple times by like Reek Woolen being, a terrorist. But
If I had a say in this, for the Super Bowl, I would want to watch the Rams and Seahawks go at it one more time.
fuck no.
That's how awesome of a game they have put on.
Oh my God, yeah.
Every time they went out there.
See, if I wasn't a
the
fan of
cinematic
Seattle, I'd agree with you.
These guys put on the best experiences. And while I may have been wrong with who won, not upset with the outcome, but the key to winning that game for Seattle, I said, was Sam Darnold being able to hold his own. And you know what Sam Darnold went out and did? He held
Played
his
the
own and
best
then some.
game
He
of
played
his
the best
career.
game of his career at the most important time of his career.
I think he's proven every narrative.
I think all of the stars for Seattle, especially on that offense, showed out.
Yep.
JSN was awesome. K9 was pretty solid.
Cooper Kupp had an amazing game. He had amazing
Cooper Kupp did play
play.
very well.
Shaheed had great moments this game.
Shaheed had one reception. A big reception.
It was a pretty good one.
Pretty early on, 51 yards. And a little fun fact, Sam Darnold had the 4th highest passer rating of all time in a conference championship game at 127.8.
Also, shout out
that defense needs to be a bit more disciplined.
Absolutely. Also, shout out Jake Bobo on the touchdown.
That defense made the biggest stop of the game when the offense wanted them to make that stop, and that's what won them that game. And as for the Rams, the offense also looked amazing.
Phenomenal.
But like I said, would be their downfall a couple weeks ago. Their corners would be their downfall.
Yep. And it was just...
And they absolutely were.
I mean,
Stafford played like his MVP self.
He also had a perfect game, I think. I don't think it's a stretch to say.
Were very good. Corum actually averaged 6.1 yards per carry. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams were amazing. They both had a touchdown. And they combined for 254 yards out of Stafford's 374.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought the run defense was actually pretty good for LA.
Yeah.
But that special teams, that fumble was kind of their downfall. They don't fumble that ball. At minimum, Seattle does not score.
You can't make mistakes like that and expect to beat a team like Seattle in the NFC Championship. You just can't. Mark, you were saying something?
I was gonna say it's literally just that one play that changed the whole course of the game. It could have went either way. It was a back and forth game. It was a game of one mistake.
By the way, it wasn't a PI.
What wasn't?
It wasn't a PI.
Oh, the Shaheed thing? Yeah.
The alleged no call.
Look, there was a lot of bad people. Look, refereeing was like people blaming the refs. I think are kind of stupid. Like,
that's funny,
dude. The Rams got away with so much. Too. Like, why are we acting like?
On.
I know dang well, but I'm not going to sit here and say the refs costed the Rams the game when they had a one of the worst turnovers on special teams that gave the Seahawks the ball within the 10-yard line, or that Seahawks got a 4th down stop in the end zone. Like, again, that's not, you cannot say, oh, it was the refs versus the Rams, when the refs blatantly missed a pass interference call on Rashid Shaheed.
I didn't see a refs versus Rams comparison.
I've seen a lot of that, man.
Yeah, it's because
I was
Seahawks
browsing
Twitter.
Yeah, I was browsing Twitter, but
was on Sam Darnold Jets Twitter.
Hell yeah,
today.
Jets fans are thrilled. I mean,
it was beautiful.
This kind of makes
so
me
happy for him.
Want to ask you. I've been wanting to ask you this: is Josh or not Josh Allen? Is Sam Darnold worth the number? What was it? 3 overall pick?
If he wins the Super Bowl for the Seahawks,
if he
will have been worth everything.
If he prevents New England from winning a Super Bowl, is he worth?
It has nothing to do with New England. It has everything to do with Sam Darnold.
Well, no, I'm asking if he's worth a 3rd overall pick for the Jets. If he prevents the Patriots.
I'm answering that question.
Okay.
Not about New England. It has nothing to do with New England. Okay. It has everything to do with him winning a ring. He 100% deserves it. All the controversy, everything in New York, having to deal with Adam Gase, having to deal with Woody Johnson, sell the team. And Sam Darnold, I will cry for you when you win that ring in 2 weeks.
Hope he does. I mean, that kind of pivots to our next topic, unless Mark, you had anything to add on to that.
No, I don't know that.
All right, well then, Super Bowl next weekend. I mean,
2 weeks.
We could preview the matchup next week, but I mean, just thoughts about it. I mean, we're not going to go too deep into it. We'll do that next week. But I mean, just your thoughts on the matchup. I
wouldn't have guessed it was these 2 teams
at the beginning of the year.
Going into the season, absolutely not. I could have. No. Seattle would have been one of those low key teams that I would have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
But I was uncertain of Sam Darnold coming to the playoffs because of his performance last year. Seattle's been unstoppable.
I mean, I was questioning the Geno move early in the year. I knew Geno was solid, and I thought he gave us a better chance to win than Sam Darnold did. And I didn't know if he could replicate what he did in Minnesota with as much peace as Minnesota has had. But I was so wrong. I mean,
the next step is going to be a Sam Darnold MVP.
I hope so.
Me too.
I mean, also, we got to touch on the Patriots getting back there. I mean, what a job Mike Vrabel has done.
Right. So, what I will say is Vrabel turned this team around. Coaching, it shows that coaching is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Vrabel took a very solid Titans roster to conference championships, number 1 seed, beating these elite teams and elite quarterbacks in the playoffs like Lamar Jackson. And it's, he will forever be underappreciated as a coach. Yep. And yeah, while he might not win a ring as a head coach, he will be one of the best coaches to never win a ring.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bold prediction there. I don't think they win this year, but Mark, how you feeling about this year's Super Bowl? You said you wouldn't have expected it.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the season, I didn't think the Patriots had the roster to make it this far, but they've definitely proven it. And Seattle, I thought they would have been good. I thought they would have been in the playoffs. Maybe out of the playoffs, but they have a tough division.
Yeah.
And they both beat some pretty good teams to get here. They both did not have. I mean, the Hawks
49ers weren't very good,
but
they were good enough to beat the Eagles.
I was gonna say they beat Philly,
not that impressive.
And I'm sure a lot of people had Philly going back.
Philly fans,
and they didn't. They lost. So, and I didn't think Sam Darnold would be such a factor making it all this way, but he's balled out. I mean, he's thrown a lot of interceptions this year, but
he's a high risk, high reward player.
He still threw 25 touchdowns and 4,000 yards, which a lot of quarterbacks have thrown 4,000 yards this year, which was quite surprising. But
I would like to say
Mm.
every level of that Seattle organization absolutely cooked. From
Oh
the
yeah,
GMing, picking up Darnold, creating DK Metcalf, bringing in Ernest Jones, DeMarcus Lawrence,
drafting Gray Zabel, Nick Emanuari, one of the best players in the league already.
to the coaching, having one of the best defenses, having one of the best offenses, to the players themselves on every level. Seattle did everything right.
Exactly.
And
Textbook example.
they deserve everything for it, and it's going to show in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
The keys to the game. What do you think is the key to the game for the Seattle Seahawks
Um,
in the Super Bowl?
not self imploding on offense. I mean, you know your defense is going to keep New England in check. They just are. I mean, we've seen it the past couple of weeks. New England has not been able to replicate the crazy numbers they've had throughout the year because of the solid defenses they faced. And now I think this is the toughest opponent they'll face defensively all year long. And, it's going to come down to, Sam Darnold and how that Seahawks offense operates. And quite frankly, what they showed me the past couple of weeks is they are operating at a level that not a lot of people can touch.
That's true.
I mean,
Mark, what do you think is the key to the Patriots winning the Super Bowl?
turnovers. Need to force turnovers on defense
absolutely.
and hold the ball for as long as possible. They've shown in these playoffs, these long drives, 14, 15 play drives where it just chews up half the quarter. Got to keep the ball out of the Seahawks hands, get their defense tired, so when the fourth quarter comes, they can make big plays down the clutch.
And if anybody can
Absolutely.
contain Jackson Smith and Jigba, it's either
Christian Gonzalez has a
PS2
shot.
or Christian Gonzalez.
He's got a
Especially
shot.
because the Patriots historically are really good at scheming against number one players.
But at the same time, you got a number 2 and number 3 that'll equally kill you on some routes. So
right. Shahid's a big play threat. And
Coop is just
hopefully they can
solid.
get the best out of that. Coop and Barner are guys who are good in the short to intermediate game.
And, Smith is good everywhere on the field. So.
Right. So my keys for Seattle is going to be shutting down Drake May.
Yeah.
Which, even though he hasn't been all that great, I wouldn't expect him to be as not good as he was.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to take a step up. The Patriots haven't had it as easy as people say they have.
Yeah.
While, they faced 3 really good defenses and, at least, one very bad offense and then one offense who's solid, but, their starting quarterback was out. And then, my key for the Patriots is Drake May needs to make the plays he was making to win those games in the regular season. Just throw. He'll get his guys open. They don't have any world beaters, but they have a bunch of guys who can make catches. It's kind of like Green Bay in a way, where you don't know which one's going to go off, but somebody's going to go off.
Yeah.
Well, but another question for Seattle is: will Sam see ghosts, or will he conquer those demons?
I think he'll conquer those demons. He's been playing so good these playoffs. I mean, has 0 turnovers this playoff run. I mean, has 6? He didn't, but his team put up 41 points. And then 30 plus points the next week. This offense has been clicking. Sam Darnold played the best game of his life.
Cylinders.
Like I don't see a world where Sam Darnold he might have a pick, he might have 2, but I don't think he'll lose Seattle the game.
This might be important news. I just got an update on my phone.
Hold on.
And it says Sam Darnold is when he goes to sleep at night, he sees Marcus Jones in his
Oh
nightmares.
no, that's not
So
good.
that's not looking
That's
good,
not good.
folks.
No, it's not looking good, man. That's bad news for Seattle. That's some man,
Yeah,
not what you
I just
wanted to
wanted
hear.
to let you know, Nick. So
Yeah,
when he gets an interception, maybe a couple, and the kick return
yeah.
touchdown, maybe three.
We'll clip this when that actually
We'll run this
happens.
back, and everyone will be like, "Oh my God, Mark told us so, but we didn't listen."
Look, I just can't
And I'll
wait
be like,
for
"That's exactly right."
true. I just can't wait for Seattle's revenge. I'm so tired of fucking should have ran the ball, should have ran the ball. I that narrative can be put permanently to rest if we fucking get our lick back.
Well, good news is history always repeats itself.
Why is that good news?
For me.
Okay, for
So
you to see me
I'm gonna get
miserable.
to see it a second time when he does a bad.
Yeah, well, let's hope not. But
No, let's hope so.
fuck you, man. That's hey, dude. I was rooting for the Chargers, man.
Yeah.
I don't root for the Jets because they suck.
No,
but
nobody roots for the Jets. Even
True.
Jets fans don't root for the Jets because it's
True.
like
Every single week.
why go through that pain if you can just avoid it
True.
by not rooting for them?
Shut
I
up,
root for the
England.
Jets every single week.
Yeah, and
that's why you're
lying,
miserable.
and
The
it's
bye
okay.
week.
That's why you're miserable.
Yeah, well, they're undefeated in the bye week, which is quite impressive.
Fact.
I don't know about that. They lost 2 players in the bye week this year, so
Yeah,
Alright,
probably
bro.
due to practice injury.
Yeah.
No, they got traded.
It was a fun time.
So
that might be the worst bye week of the Jets ever.
I don't know. There's been
Any weekend we have Woody as an owner is a bad bye week.
Anyways, we'll get more on the Jets when it comes to draft time. And check next week's episode. Going to be a big Super Bowl preview show, so definitely tune in for that. I think we should touch a little bit on the coaching carousel. Nothing crazy happened really. I mean, Jesse Minter. I don't think we talked about that last week. He got hired by Baltimore. He was the defensive coordinator for the what team? Chargers,
Yep.
yeah. Which had a top 5 defense this year. I think he did a great job this year. I think that's a decent hire.
At first, I did question the move. Wasn't really a fan, but the more I look into it, I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think it's like mind blowing. Like I don't think it's a huge like one of the best future coaches in the league kind of move. But I think he'll be a very solid coach over in Baltimore.
Yeah. Mark?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do good things. I wish him the best. I wish he stayed on the Chargers.
Yeah.
But so I actually wish him the worst. But
sure.
We will see what he ends up doing. Maybe he can get Lamar his first ring. Maybe not.
Well, the
AFC is tough, as we all know.
Yeah, it's super tough. I mean,
another signing that happened.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, I was gonna say, for me, I feel like this is we kind of let Mike McDonald walk, and so now we're gonna get a Mike McDonald at home, and that's Jesse Minter. That's just what I feel because Ravens fans were the entire time when Mike McDonald was on that team were saying, "Let's get rid of John Harbaugh and promote Mike McDonald so we keep him in the building." They eventually decided Harbaugh's our coach. We'll let Mike McDonald go wherever he wants to coach. He went to Seattle. Now he's making a Super Bowl, and Ravens, that in some similar ways to Sam Darnold, that could have been them. With the Vikings, it could have been them, but it's, it feels to me like they're trying to get that next Mike McDonald. I don't know. Maybe that's my Seahawks brain working, but again, I think Jesse Minter did a great job with the roster he had on defense, being a top 5 team defensively, but we'll see how it goes. Another hire you were going to bring up, Josh, I'm assuming is the Mike McCarthy hire.
Right.
For the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate this move. I think it's a horrible move.
I don't hate it for Pittsburgh. I hate it for Mike McCarthy.
Look, they
Like,
bought in Mike McCarthy for Aaron Rodgers to get him back for sure. There's no way they didn't. And Steelers love to keep their coaches a long time. They never fired a head coach. So, and Mike McCarthy to me has proven. I mean, his ceiling is at least post Rodgers willing him to a Super Bowl ring. His ceiling is
that would be the
divisional
best
round
coaching
exit.
job I will have ever seen in my life.
I don't know. I think Aaron Rodgers kind of carried that one, but McCarthy Cowboys had a blow up every single year. Packers blow
Jets
up
would have
every
won that
single
Super
year.
Bowl, by the way.
Okay, pipe down. But Jets winning a Super Bowl in the same sentence is hilarious. But I feel like you're kind of ditching Mike Tomlin for an offensive Mike Tomlin, you know? I don't think this is an upgrade.
Well, they didn't fire Mike Tomlin. He stepped down.
He stepped down.
But, you know, it's unfortunate for McCarthy because now that I think there's a decent chance Rodgers returns, and that would, I'm sure, be his worst nightmare considering Rodgers got him fired over in Green Bay.
Uh-huh.
I think that McCarthy is a very solid coach. He's good at establishing a culture. He runs a very, very good offense. You know, he worked well with Dak. He worked well with, you know, amazingly, his hardest job was winning Aaron Rodgers the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And he's lucky he had to face Pittsburgh, I will say.
All right.
But
Past
also
that.
other news in Pittsburgh.
Hold
Arthur
on.
Smith did leave for Ohio State.
Yeah, true. That's another. Well, I mean, that's not a position they need to fill. I mean, I'm assuming Mike McCarthy is going to take over play calling.
That's a job that always gets filled. Though.
I mean, obviously, Josh, but I mean, play calling standpoint, Mike Tomlin wasn't calling the offense. Mark, how are you feeling about the Mike McCarthy hire?
If Aaron Rodgers doesn't retire, they're cooked regardless. If he does retire, I am interested to see what they do in the draft.
I am more interested regardless anyway because they need to get some form of QB. If Rodgers retires,
I hear Ty Simpson's available.
Is he the long-term answer though?
For the Jets, no. For Pittsburgh, yes.
Are they projecting Jets drafting him
at 16? I've seen some.
Okay, well, I don't think he's. The positional value is so weird for me in the NFL, but again, I don't know. It's not a very good draft class. Next year is going to be pretty good with Julius saying if Archie Manning finally lives up to the hype, Lenore Sellers, Dante Moore. It's going to be such a good draft class next year. To where I think you could, bring in Rodgers for another year. Tell him, hey, look, we need you one more year. Our quarterback's next year. And, have a plan. I mean, I don't hate that at all for Pittsburgh. I don't think any quarterback in this class other than Mendoza is a starting caliber quarterback. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be interesting what happens in Pittsburgh.
So, today, I'm pretty sure, it may have been yesterday, Jonathan Gannon was hired as defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers.
Jonathan Gannon.
To replace Jeff Hafley, who is the new quarterback, the new head coach for the Miami Dolphins.
And I don't know if we also touched on. Did we touch on Mike McDaniels?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Okay, then yeah. Jonathan Gannon.
The last four teams that need head coaches are the Buffalo Bills, the Vegas Raiders, the Cleveland Browns, and the Arizona Cardinals. And they all have interviewed a bunch of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo has interviewed some of the important names that I feel the need to mention were Brian Dable, Lou Anarumo, Phillip Rivers, Joe Brady, Anthony Lynn, and Davis Webb.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys think takes the job over in Buffalo?
If it's not Joe Brady, it's Brian Dable.
I
I
agree.
honestly, I'd like to say Dable, but I have no idea because of how that GM is acting.
Right. And the owner, right?
The owner, not
Well,
the
I
owner,
mean,
not
The
the
owner.
sorry, I
yeah, I
The
don't
misspoke.
GM
trust them to
hasn't.
make good decisions.
But it'd be funny to see Philip Rivers become the coach,
Oh, that'd be
considering Philip
great.
Rivers is the guy who retired him the first time.
True.
I would like to see it be Brian Dable. I thought he was a good head coach, and I think I said this last week. Brian Dable was a good head coach over in New York. He just kind of got stagnant.
Yeah.
I think Brian Dable just fits. He has the offense running, but if they bring in Brian Dable, I think that runs Joe Brady out of town.
Yeah, it would.
I think Joe Brady honestly goes to the Raiders. I know he did interviews there. I think so. I think I'm correct on that. I read that somewhere.
They did have 2 interviews actually.
Okay, then yeah, I did read that. To me, that seems like a place Joe Brady goes.
So a few of the guys that actually got interviewed,
Mhm.
the top guys that got interviewed by the Raiders were Clint Kubiak, Brian Dable, Davis Webb, Mike LaFleur, and Chris Shula.
I've actually heard, by the way, Clint Kubiak might stay with Seattle. Seattle's making, they described as a full court press to keep Clint Kubiak on their coaching staff, which is exactly what the Lions should have did with Ben Johnson. But
so, you said you think Joe Brady gets that job over in Vegas?
I think if he doesn't go to Buffalo, again, he's the obvious choice for the Buffalo gig, right? Like, he's so obviously, like, he's obviously the candidate for the Buffalo gig. But if they don't, again, I don't know how this GM works. I don't know if Joe Brady, the fact that Joe Brady hasn't been hired already, probably rubbing him the wrong way. I could see a world where Joe Brady's not on the staff next year and takes the job in Las Vegas, and Brian Dable takes the job in Buffalo or somebody totally different. Again, I couldn't tell you. I right now, Joe Brady for me is the favorite for both jobs. Because I genuinely don't know what the Bills are going to do. I didn't think they'd fire McDermott, but here we are. And I could see a world where Brian Dable gets a job.
Mark, who do you think signs with the Raiders, Mark?
With the Raiders?
Yes.
I don't know.
Pause.
I mean, the first overall pick is appetizing. That's going to interest some people, but you don't want to just hire anybody who is not going to help develop your future quarterback.
True, and I think
I agree. And
I think Joe Brady's good at that job, though.
Brian Dable and Joe Brady over in Buffalo ran completely different offenses. Joe Brady had James Cook looking the best he's ever looked. And I think that's why Joe Brady going over to Vegas would be huge, because Ashton Genty was absolutely amazing this year. And, they have some weapons on offense.
He wasn't good, but that's when he showed flashes. Genty wasn't good.
Genty was coming into his own.
He showed flashes behind the line. He couldn't do much. I think he is amazing.
Definitely a more than positive asset behind an old line that was not very good.
Yeah, I agree, but let's not
I think Genty was amazing. He was.
Okay, I think he's an amazing player, but I don't think he had an amazing year.
I think he did, especially in the second half. Whereas Dable had the passing offense looking as beautiful as ever. I think Joe Brady does end up in Vegas as the new head coach.
And I mean, the last coaching job is Arizona.
There's two.
Arizona. Oh, there's two. Yeah, there's Arizona.
There's the Browns.
And Cleveland. Cleveland, I'm not even going to begin
today. Today, they completed their second interview with the Rams pass game coordinator, Nate Shielhassy.
That's going to be a nice coaching hire I don't know, man. I'm talking out my butt. I don't think that's a good coaching hire. I don't know him, so I can't speak on him.
They did also interview Grant Udinski twice, Todd Monken
Mhm.
twice, and Jim
Todd
Schwartz
Monken.
twice.
Oh my god. Look, I could see them rocking with Jim Schwartz. I know Jim Schwartz is their D coordinator, right?
He's also has history as a head coach.
Yeah, I know. So I'm thinking they could give him another shot, maybe. But
I think they should rock Grant Udinski.
I'm okay with hiring an offensive coordinator as long as you keep Schwartz. To me, that team's offense has struggled, especially under Stefanski these past couple years. And again, it's been quarterback play. So again, Shadur is the quarterback this year. Whether you like it or not, he's the quarterback. You're not going to upgrade it. You're going to have to rock with Shadur. See what happens. I mean, that's kind of get an offensive guy. Maybe the Jaguars OC, I already forgot his name, sorry. He does what he did with Trevor Lawrence this year and unlocks Shadur, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But Mark, I don't know what you're thinking with the Jaguars right now.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Or not Jaguars. I apologize. The Browns.
The Browns.
But you know what I meant, Mark. Thank you.
Jim Schwartz seems the most realistic. Grant Udinski is my favorite.
I think Grant should take the job.
I think Nate Shilhassi
I
don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but I think he would be an underrated hire.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams passing game is phenomenal this year. So, but again...
And he's another Sean McVay guy.
Yeah, but, it's kind of the new Bill Belichick. How many Sean McVay guys have actually worked?
Kevin O'Connell.
Has he worked, though? If he has a bad year next year, he's getting fired for sure.
He is single-handedly the reason you guys are in the Super Bowl right now.
I would say GM.
He fixed Sam Darnold.
Hold on. He was under Kyle Shanahan for a little bit. Okay. Let's not undermine Kyle Shanahan's work here.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan should have played him in that Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I was telling you during that Super Bowl.
Let's calm down a little bit. That's a crazy. Look, we could have all the Sam Darnold talk next week in the Super Bowl preview, but we're on silly season coaching right now. I think the Cleveland Browns job, I wouldn't want to touch it with a fucking 30-foot pole, man. I just wouldn't.
Maybe 31.
31, maybe, but if I'm a promising coach, it's so stupid. If I'm a promising coach prospect, I'm gonna want to take any other job. I just am. I mean, Cardinals is very good.
Over the Jets job.
Well, luckily for them, the Jets job isn't available because they're rocking with Aaron Glenn. But
facts.
Again, the Browns don't really have draft capital to get a good quarterback. They don't have the talent at receiving core to build a quarterback. They had a very good rookie class this year, which I will say is one thing positive, but they need so many more pieces. It's going to be a long process in Cleveland.
Even that third-round pick had some starting time for them this year.
I mean, which one? You're talking about
Gabriel.
True, and he wasn't very good, but he wasn't horrendous. He's a good backup. I mean, I don't. But again, it's just a retooling year. I think for the Browns, you got to pick up pieces. You got to see improvements on rookies. You got to develop players. I think that's what this next year is going to be for the Browns, and you got to hire the coach that can do that for you. And so it's an important job for the GM on the Browns. Who did he get fired too? I would hope he did.
Andrew Berry, I'm pretty sure, is still there.
That is a horrible decision. I don't know why.
Is it? Is it really?
2 words. You ready? 2 words. Deshaun Watson.
Is that really his fault? It's not his. Okay.
You're the GM.
Getting him.
You're getting the blame regardless.
It's not his fault. It's not the GM's fault. He was a bad player.
Yes, but the thing is, you already had Baker Mayfield, though.
The Browns weren't completely wrong to move off of Baker Mayfield.
You're really?
And we're gonna. May I remind you of how bad Baker Mayfield was in Carolina and LA?
He was not bad in LA. What are you talking about?
He had one good game in LA.
That's the only game he played in LA.
No, he played out the rest of the season.
Yeah, and he had like a bunch of good games. Actually,
no,
he won MVP. Okay, so
Baker?
don't hate on him.
Baker hasn't won an MVP.
MVP, Nickelodeon's
MVP?
valuable player.
Oh, okay. MVP.
So I don't want to hear.
Yeah, my bad.
buddy.
Actually, you're right.
That's super important.
Didn't Mitch Trubisky win one?
He won 2 actually.
Money Mitch. Money Mitch.
2, buddy.
So
2.
With the Rams getting eliminated yesterday.
Well, hold on, we got one more job.
Yes. So
now,
with the Rams getting eliminated yesterday, the Cardinals have interviewed their offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur, and tomorrow they are also scheduled to meet with him. They have another couple other guys that they've interviewed twice are Anthony Weaver from the Dolphins, their defensive coordinator, and Jaguars defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile. And I think Campanile feels like the hire for them. It's the most fitting for Arizona to me. And, he fixed a Jaguars defense while not adding many pieces. It felt like that defense was took a step up from last year. Mm-hmm. While he does have limited experience as a coordinator, I think that feels like a very good hire because he had one of the strongest improvements I see. What do you guys think?
I disagree. I don't think he's a good hire, and I'll tell you why. I think especially for that Cardinals job, you're going to need someone with a hell of a lot more experience than that because the Cardinals have sucked for a long time, and they are in the hardest division in the NFL. 3 teams this year in the Niners, Rams, and Seahawks were fighting for 1 seed. 2 of them were in the NFC Championship last week. So it just, to me, you're not going to win right away. You got to get a guy who's going to develop over time. You got to get a guy. You have to nail it, essentially. You need someone who could go to Mike McDonald's house or Sean McVay's house or Kyle Shannon's house, being their stadium. It's not their actual houses, but you have to get a guy who can challenge these amazing young coaches for the next 10 to 20 years. It's a hire you gotta nail, and I don't know if a coordinator with limited experience, especially on a defense that, was solid, but other than that, no, okay, it was a good defense, but again, hiring a guy who's been a coordinator for 2 years, I don't think that could work in Arizona.
I do like your perspective on getting a guy who's more experienced, but these young coaches in the NFL have been balling out. So maybe it is good to start young and just have them for a while. McVay's pretty young, LaFleur is pretty young, McDonald's pretty young, and they're all really good coaches. So maybe it is, and it seems like they're only interviewing defensive coordinators. And I agree with Josh that probably suits them the best. It's definitely going to be a long rebuilding phase, though, because you don't know Arizona's future at quarterback or at really any position. So a lot of moves to be made, but I think a young coach will be good.
I agree with the young coach part, but again, it's like someone with such little experience too, It's, to me, that's just
I get it. And maybe I feel the same way about LaFleur because he's only been a coordinator since 2022. And out of the guys that they've interviewed twice so far, I think that it's going to be it's either going to be a home run hit or a strikeout swinging.
That's what that hire to me feels like. It would be a hit. It would be a home run or strikeout, and I don't know if the Cardinals are in a position to do that. Especially with their roster. I don't know, but it's the Cardinals. I don't expect anything crazy. But that leads us to our. I mean, unless you guys had any closing thoughts on the coach, I don't want to cut you off before you guys were done talking.
Good.
No,
All
good.
right. NBA trade deadline is coming up. And I mean, I'm sure Josh has been keeping up with the news articles. I'm sure Mark has as well. But I'm gonna give it to you, Josh, to give a rundown of what's been happening in the NBA trade deadline.
The deadline is next week. We've had one huge trade so far. That was about a few weeks ago. Trae Young to the Wizards. That is unfortunate for the Wizards, if you ask me. It is not a very good move. Trae Young actively is a minus on one side of the floor. While he is a very good passer and a pretty good shooter, he will never win the ring as the number one option. And he'd be lucky to get the Wizards to the playoffs. Otherwise, he'll have them stuck like he had the Hawks stuck in mediocrity. What did you think of that trade, Mark?
I mean, that's the only trade of the season, and I don't think it really benefits either team.
It doesn't.
uh,
So
I know Trey wanted to get away from Atlanta, but I mean, they didn't really send him to paradise. So
purgatory.
and CJ and Corey Kispert don't really, make Atlanta a contender. Maybe a pretender, but probably not even that. The thing I'm most interested about this trade deadline coming up is there's a lot of talk about Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis is one of them.
And his future at the Bucks is uncertain. And I've been seeing a lot of things about possibly Denver making
Oh yeah, you wish, buddy. You
and I
wish.
I don't possibly know what Denver could give up to make it a fair trade. Because Giannis, he has an injury. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Maybe they trade like Gordon and Watson and like maybe a first and a second, or maybe 2 firsts. And then, the starting lineup would be Jamal, Giannis, Jokic, and somebody at the 2 and somebody at the 4.
Christian
Braun at the 2, and somebody at the 3. I'm sorry, not somebody at the 4. Giannis would be at the 4. That could be really interesting if they do move on from Giannis. I don't know if they will, but
I think they will. I mean, Giannis hasn't seemed happy there for the past 3 years.
I don't think they move on from Giannis because while he has been on the mill since at least last offseason, he says he wants to stay, and Milwaukee just failed to keep a team around him, and getting rid of Drew Holiday was the first part of that downfall.
I'm reading something completely different. I'm reading that he wants a trade, and he almost fired his agent because they're failing at finding a trade for him.
That's what I would think. I mean, that's what I've been hearing the past couple of years too.
Regardless, I do not think they pulled the trigger at the deadline. If there is a move to be made, it will be in the offseason.
I agree with that. I think
it very rarely happens. It very rarely happens where a player of this caliber gets moved during the regular season.
Except for last year.
The last guys I could remember being top 3 and getting moved mid-season is Kevin Durant.
I mean, Luca last year, that was a pretty big trade.
I said top 3,
Uh,
and Luca's not
I
even
know
top
top 3,
10.
but
What
Luca's not
about
even top 10.
what about
okay, well
no.
that's just wrong.
That
But
that trade was definitely shocking.
It
it
was.
was still a
It
crazy
was.
trade at the time. And what my
Luka to the
point
Lakers.
is,
I
yeah,
remember breaking the news to my friend who's a Mavs fan. I
uh,
was with him. We were playing I think
fell
we were
to
playing
his
Smash,
knees.
Super Smash Bros.
And then the GM saying, "Oh, I didn't realize how important he was to the team."
Then getting fired a year later.
And then,
He's
well,
overrated.
of course, he's getting fired.
Yeah, when you trade Luca away, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
But
your
I thought it
owner's
was the right
Joshua
move.
Ramirez, who
Josh, do you expect any specific players to trade or to get traded, or do you see
The
any teams being more active than other teams?
couple of guys I've seen on the waiver is LeBron's agent
he's
called
not getting traded.
for the Lakers to make a move for Jaren Jackson Jr. over in Memphis,
I thought you were saying Bron's getting traded.
which brings in elite defense and a guy who would be moved in that trade. I would have to assume is Austin Reeves.
But he's
But
been balling though.
Austin Reeves doesn't really elevate the Lakers in a way.
I disagree.
Jaren
I think he's been
Jackson
playing
would.
great though.
Yes, but he doesn't elevate the Lakers in the way that, a guy like Jaren Jackson would. Jaren Jackson brings elite defense and very solid scoring, whereas Austin Reeves is a very good scorer and a pretty solid defender.
Well, if they just bench Reeves and start Bronny, I think
True.
they would.
That could solve the world's issues. I think they should bench Luca and start Bronny.
That would.
Yeah, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, that would.
By the way, guys, Luca
fix everything.
is the NBA version of Aaron Rodgers for Josh. So, in every single sport, Josh has an unnecessary hatred for a certain player, and we're gonna hear it out throughout.
I don't hate Luca. I think Luca's an amazing player.
Yeah, when we get into the basketball season,
yeah,
Josh will explain why he's not the biggest on Luka. But I'm looking right now, and on a couple of different sources, and they're saying Kuminga is
Kuminga is a guy.
Is possibly going to get traded. Kobe White, LaMelo, MPJ, Anthony Davis,
guys,
Ja Morant.
That's one I have been seeing is Ja Morant.
A lot of big names that could possibly be moved.
Let's start with Anthony Davis.
Well, I feel like the Mavericks don't trade him; they just picked him up.
I think that this trade originally to get Anthony Davis was a victory for the Mavericks.
It totally was, Joe.
But that had to be if Anthony Davis stayed healthy, which he obviously cannot do. And
only person in the world who said that was a win.
I think you get more to keeping him. But if he were to get traded, I could see the Raptors making a move for them because they've been really good this year. Or even the Pistons, they can move off a couple players, but he will only be moved to a playoff contender, considering that they are hurt.
What are you going to get out of Anthony Davis, though? I mean,
out of those teams, those two teams have a lot of depth themselves.
Yeah.
So you will get some depth back for him, and I don't think the Mavericks need all that much depth. Because they have a lot, they need that star player to elevate them, and that's what Cooper Flag is going to be.
Is he though? I mean, I feel like he's a rookie. You can't put it all on his back first year.
He is.
Kyrie's a very solid number 2 player.
Yeah, but you need some.
He'll be back.
You need some big dudes. And I think
Klay Thompson will be, and you don't need
is a big dude.
You don't need anybody crazy. You get a guy like Jalen Duren or the Thompson they got over there, Osar.
Mm.
And
maybe they did a LaMelo
Ball. Maybe
even
Jaden Ivey.
Sure.
Jaden Ivey would be a good pickup.
Maybe they did a LaMelo Ball to pair up with Cooper Flag.
I don't see LaMelo going anywhere.
LaMelo, I don't see it either. I don't think LaMelo gets moved. He would have actively hurt the team he gets traded to.
We're talking about the Hornets, Melo, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think him moving would be good for a couple of teams. He provides
true.
he provides offense. He facilitates the ball well. Yes, he probably does shoot more than needed, but that could be coached.
Yeah. And how young is he? He's pretty young, right?
23,
Like 25.
24,
25.
24.
maybe 25.
Okay, well,
24, 25.
he's younger.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Kuminga was a name you also brought up. The
Yeah.
Warriors, it seems like ever since he got his extension, it seems like the Warriors have been trying to move on to him, from him. He had an amazing second year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, he got that extension, and it just seems like he hasn't taken another step like they expected him to, especially because they drafted him top 10. Is there anywhere you could see him going?
Off the top, I don't. Let's see.
I've heard it's extremely rumored that he will be moved to Sacktown.
That's Sacramento?
Sacramento?
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
I'm
Sacramento.
sorry. I've been watching basketball
And
for like
I
2
could
years.
see it happening. I wouldn't mind seeing him go to either Philly or San Antonio. I think those are two teams that would help him out very well.
Mhm.
San Antonio would help. I don't think Sacramento really helps him at all.
I think that
Russ is doing God's work over there, but
Isn't Sacramento still like one of the worst teams in the
they're
league?
yeah they're 12-35.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
They
how
moved
much
on from
more
the
can
wrong
he
guard.
offer?
looking at the standings right now, it's the Thunder 37-10, San Antonio's 31-15, but San Antonio has a really good roster.
Yeah,
Right.
Wemby leading the charge.
Right.
Wemby, Castle, Vassell.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a really good team. Denver's also 31-15. Shout out my Nuggets.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out Knicks. Doing pretty good. Nets aren't doing too good. Sorry, Josh.
The
No, it's
Suns
okay.
are
I'm pretty sure they
right
lost by
now.
like 30 plus the past 2 games.
Suns are 27-19. Shout out Bradley Beal's contract.
True.
Bradley Beal is on the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
But I did just talk about how the Nets lost by 30. You said MPJ's on the trading block. And he's been pretty good lately, not gonna lie.
Yeah. It was my sources were saying a lot about teams that need scoring. Yeah, my sources. Mind your business, Nick. All right, I got sources.
He's got
inside. You're jealous.
I am jealous.
Yeah, you wish you had sources like my sources.
Brother. I do when it comes to football, not basketball.
But yeah, my source is saying a team that is struggling offensively. So where do you think they end up? Where do you think MPJ ends up? Maybe Philly?
Toronto.
I think he stays.
I don't think he elevates a team. I think because he's been red hot lately, the Nets might get decent value for him. But the only teams I could really say him going to are Golden State.
I was gonna say maybe a Kuminga for MPJ.
That's possible. I wouldn't say probable. I could see him going to either Detroit, maybe Phoenix. Devin Booker's out for a few weeks, so I could see them making a move, bringing more scoring, because that's what Devin Booker brings. He brings kind of a similar value to Michael Porter.
And that team isn't averaging a lot of points per game. It's actually on the lower end compared to other teams.
Right.
At 114.2.
Mm-hmm.
But they are also allowing 111. So maybe they need to trade for a defender, not a
a good defender that I saw on the block is Keon Ellis. Sacramento.
Big name that apparently a lot of teams want.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sacramento sits in mediocrity. They're kind of bad. They couldn't build on that playoff season a few years ago. It was exciting. First time they made the playoffs in maybe 16, 17 years. I personally think that he would bring very good value to either the Magic or the Rockets. A good pairing with Jalen Suggs, good, off the bench, because they also got Desmond Bain out there.
Yeah.
Or, the Rockets could definitely use defense. They're really good this year. They seem to be on a roll. Alpi is very good. They got Kevin Durant. They're good. So
Yeah.
I could see him getting moved to kind of anywhere, but those are the two teams I'd like to see him on the most.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mark, you have any finishing thoughts on that?
I do not.
Okay. Well, only reason I ask is because I got an alarm going off in my brain. You know what that brain alarm off is for?
Trivia.
Last week,
And
Josh
I need my
won
get back.
by a mile. And I thought it'd be a cool special week.
You cheated.
It's not, no. Next week is going to be the ultra special trivia round for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl special, my mic just died as I did that. I think it's important to have a nice little fun trivia. And I'm going to ask you 5 questions this time.
Ooh, best out of 5.
Best out of 5.
Okay.
And they will be conference championship based, as we just watched the conference championship go off.
Ooh.
My first question will be...
Bart Starr.
Facts.
I don't... Sure, we'll give Mark a point for that. Yeah, Mark. No, first question.
Now we're 4 out of 7. All right.
True. Which division in the NFL has the most conference championship wins?
AFC North.
AFC North, you are incorrect.
NFC
They
North.
are... NFC what?
No. It's not the NFC North. It is the NFC West.
Nope.
AFC West?
Nope.
All right. Mark, it's your turn.
AFC East.
No. Second.
Oh, NFC East.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
should've won
23.
Yeah. Cowboys, Giants.
AFC
Eagles.
East has 22. West was third. Or NFC West was third. AFC West was second. AFC North was fifth. Sorry, I said second. AFC West was fourth.
I can tell you who's
Fifth
last.
I
know who's last.
Who's last?
AFC South.
Yes, they have 2. Both by the Colts. Actually, that's not true. Titans did that one.
The Jaguars got 1 or 2.
All right. So Mark.
They never won one.
Joshua 0.
Oh, it was who won the most?
Yeah, not appearances. Appearances is a different story, which might be another trivia question. We'll see. Which team has the most conference championship wins?
Packers.
Nope.
Patriots?
Nope.
Steelers.
Nope. They're tied for second. Oh, did I say wins or appearances?
Appearances.
Okay. Then yeah, they're tied for second.
Philly?
Patriots.
Philly, no. Patriots, they're also tied for second.
Dallas.
No.
Conference appearances.
No. I'll give you a hint.
Broncos?
Nope. NFC.
Giants.
No.
49ers.
Ding, ding. Josh gets 1.
All right, 1-1.
1-1. The San Francisco 49ers have 19 appearances. Second place is New England and Pittsburgh with 16.
Okay.
The Lamar Hunt Trophy. Lamar Hunt Sr. was the executive of the AFL. And which NFL team did he own? And he wasn't.
Baltimore Colts.
No.
I don't know.
He was the principal founder of the American Football League, by the way. He wasn't necessarily the owner.
Was it
Just gonna
Chicago?
correct myself. Nope. No, 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 no.
The Raiders.
No.
Wasn't that John Madden? No, I'm kidding.
No, he didn't own them.
Can I get a hint?
AFC team. Current AFC team.
Denver Broncos.
Nope. Mark?
Current AFC team?
Yes.
No, I said the Colts. Chiefs?
Yes. When the Chiefs first won their conference championship, first one in a while with Mahomes, back in 2020, I think it was.
Okay.
It was a big deal
19.
because they're bringing the Lamar Hunt Trophy home.
19. It was 2019 because they won the Super Bowl before they lost.
You're right.
And 20 was the Bucks.
I think it was in January 2020, though.
Right, Josh? Tom Brady?
No, because the 2020 Super Bowl was
You're right.
the one right before COVID.
Yeah, the one right before COVID was
My
the Chiefs
mic on,
one.
Josh.
That was the
Cheer for
Bucks.
Tom Brady.
No, the Bucks was during
Cheer
COVID.
for Tom Brady
Bucks,
winning the Super Bowl.
The Bucks was 2021.
Woo.
The Bucks Super Bowl was 2021.
No,
It was
2020.
It was after COVID.
Season.
It was after
It was
COVID.
2021 season. It was 2021 season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Question number 4.
it's question
2-1.
number 4.
Can Mark win it all?
One team, only one team, has played in both the AFC and NFC championship game. Which team is that?
The Colts.
Nope.
No, they were always AFL and then AFC. Arizona.
No.
The Ravens.
Nope.
Chiefs?
Nope.
No. That wasn't the Chiefs. Is it a current AFC team?
No, it's a current NFC team. That was going to be the hint I was going to give you.
Minnesota?
Nope.
Wow.
It's an NFC team.
Josh, it's your turn to guess.
Is it the Buccaneers?
No, they were in the AFC though for a short time. But they never made it to the conference championship game. I'll give you another hint. This championship game was against the Raiders.
The Panthers?
Nope.
Saints.
No.
Seattle?
Yes! Seattle Seahawks hold the distinction for being the only team in the NFL to appear in an AFC and NFC conference championship game. It was against the Oakland Raiders, which they lost, unfortunately. But
hey, who'd they face in the NFC?
Rams, Packers, and Niners.
Ah, interesting.
And they versed Carolina once, which we lost.
We should still do question number 5.
We're going to do question number 5, even though Mark won. Congratulations, Mark. How many times have the New York Jets appeared in the AFC Championship game?
3.
Nope.
4.
Yep. Can you name the years, Josh?
1968.
Nope.
1969. 69.
Nope, there wasn't conference championships then.
Yes, there was.
2006.
What?
Nope. There wasn't actually. Mark. The Jets won a
2006?
Super Bowl before conference championships existed. The
So it was
year
not
after they
2006?
introduced it. No, it was not 2006.
2009 and 10.
Yes, that's 2.
2005.
Nope.
seven.
All in the 90s. Except that's
Oh,
not
both
true.
in the
Below
90s?
the 2000s. There's one in the 90s, one in the 80s.
96.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the year? It was?
96? Oh, no, it was not. Sorry. I thought you
I
were
remember
guessing.
there was one team that was really good in the 90s.
They versed
They had all the hype, and I'm pretty sure their quarterback got hurt.
Ken O'Brien.
Except I wasn't
I
around
think.
to witness this.
I
So
will
I'm going to
give
go with
you
97.
97. No, I'll give you a hint, Josh, because I want you to get this. They versed the Broncos and in the Dolphins. I don't think you'll
82.
get the Dolphins one, but you could definitely get the Broncos one. It was against
82?
Sean Elway. Oh, the Dolphins
80.
one, you said 82?
Yeah.
How did you get that?
That was the year my mom was born.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a good way to remember that. All right, against John Elway.
94.
Nope. This is John Elway's. He versed the Atlanta Falcons this year, winning his second straight Super Bowl and retiring.
It was like 92.
No, it was way after that.
Yeah, it was 99.
I'll give you a hint. The next year,
I said 99.
the Rams
I
beat the
said 97.
Titans in the Super Bowl.
99?
Nope.
No, because the Giants made it in 2000. So
98.
98. The one
Yep,
number I
there it
didn't say.
is. 98. Shout out New York Jets.
I think the Jets made a divisional
I
round in
just want to say
2006.
let's keep the trivia record.
Yeah,
2 Mark,
2-1.
1 Josh.
Mark got his
2-1.
lick back. Don't worry, next week we're going to get a Super Bowl super trivia. And winner of that gets double points.
I have to do my Super Bowl research.
So we'll do.
How
How
many years ago did the Jets make the Super Bowl and win it?
Around 6 or 7.
So yeah, next week is worth double points.
57.
Yeah, that is a good place to sign off because as you can see,
7 years.
the fumes
Good
are
night,
getting to
everybody.
Josh's head.
And everybody
Good
say
night,
with
everyone.
me,
Jets. They suck.
And with that said, the season is over.
It's been over for you, buddy.